Something told me to look around, see if there was any more info about what was going on with Zack Snyder and the return of the DCEU. Well. Zack Snyder has new Justice League plans, as James Gunn is kept quiet. Exclusive. This should be interesting. Following recent reports, I asked my WB insiders for an update on the state of the DC universe. Here is the latest. Zack Snyder's Justice League plans might not be what you think anymore, and James Gunn is being kept from overpromising on his DCU plans. He overpromised when he said Flash was the best superhero movie he ever saw. My DC insiders tell me that while Snyder has shared some of the previous Justice League plans publicly, his current ideas have shifted because superhero movies have shifted. And like everything else that Warner Bros. Is doing right now, what happens next depends on who ends up owning the place. That backdrop got even messier this week after Bloomberg reported FCC Chairman Brendan Carr sees legitimate competition concerns with Netflix's proposed acquisition of WBD studios and streaming businesses. Concerns he doesn't share if Paramount Skydance were to acquire those assets. Aha. So that means Paramount's still in the game, possibly. From what I've been told, Zack Snyder's Justice League, Zack Snyder's Snyderverse is fully back in play with the WBD sale to Paramount. The Saudis are still motivated, while the hope is that if Netflix ends up buying WBD, Snyder could do The Dark Knight Returns with Ben Affleck. So, if Paramount gets it, Snyderverse is back. If Netflix gets it, the hope from everyone in the industry, I guess, that they know here is like, look, hopefully he can get that done with Ben Affleck. The only thing I have with that, because Zach did say he would return for that, the only problem I have with that is we got Batman v Superman, which was based on that. Partially. Based on the death of Superman, too, So, I don't know if I want that. It might feel samey to people. It might be something they need to build up to again. And if that is the first thing that they do, they need to let it be known publicly in their marketing that this is an Elseworld story. It's a one-off. It's different. They have to do something because I think people are going to feel like they saw Batman v Superman. It's like, this is Batman v Superman. Why do I want to see this again? You get what I'm saying? While Christopher Nolan said he won't be directing at Netflix, I'm told Nolan could be involved and would consider working with Zack as an executive producer since Zack values his opinions. Regarding Snyder's potential changes to his original Justice League sequel plans, the insider point isn't that Snyder is randomly rewriting the past. It's that the entire superhero market is different than when the Justice League sequel roadmaps were first being kicked around. Well, but it's only different in a really bad way. Everything is modern audience up. Everything has been destroyed. So, I think that if Zack were to just continue where he left off, there would be no problem. Because back then, most people liked superhero movies. Most people weren't put off by superhero movies. You see what I'm saying? We can argue that back then, studios sold fans on long runaway plans. Now the pitch seems more flexible and immediate. Fewer chessboard teases, more payoff. Bigger theatrical reason to go, or it gets swallowed by streaming habits and audience fatigue. That's also why I'm told Snyder's private ideas today aren't a carbon copy of the old Justice League sequel blueprint he teased in the past. He's adapting to where the genre is now and what actually gets people to show up. Well, what's going to get people to show up is no woke. No woke modern audience garbage. Plenty of R farming, badassery, and good storytelling. That's what we need. Here's the part fans keep feeling without always seeing. There's a real hesitation inside the company because no one knows who's ultimately going to get WBD. Netflix and WBD recently announced they amended their deal to an all-cash transaction. The bidding fight has been getting uglier in public, with Netflix aside, taking shots at Paramount, Skydance's competing offer. Now add regulators into the mix. Carr's comments are basically a warning flare that the Netflix route could face more scrutiny than a Paramount Skydance outcome. That's exactly what David Ellison has been stating all along, who reportedly has the favor of the President of the United States. If you're inside DC Studios, that translates to one thing: don't lock yourself into promises a new owner can cancel one day. Yeah. According to Insider, Mike DeLuca and Pam Abdi are trying to keep things steady at WBD. Quote, everyone's on pins and needles because now everyone knows who's eventually going to get WB, our insider said. This follows a recent support from Puck News, which is, why are they called Puck News? I really would like to know that. Which People United Central Knowledge, I don't know, which insulated DeLuca and Abdi are fully in charge of WBD films, including Gunn's DCU. Gunn may no longer be answering strictly to Zaslav. Not confirmed. The evidence of the difference between DeLuca and Abdi and Gunn at WBD comes from simply reading Deadline's recent interview with DeLuca and Abdi, and then reading Gunn and Safran's PR stunt with Bloomberg. Worlds of difference. Among other things, the message is to avoid committing to specifics that might not materialize once the ownership situation is settled. So, let me see something here. Okay, so there's also been talk that I'm told that Affleck is still loves Batman and would come back under the right circumstances. The Insider connects that to Snyder's real passion play, a comic-accurate The Dark Knight Returns with Affleck. I have also been told that Snyder is using his social media posts to gauge fan feedback. Reactions have exploded online. Yes, they are. Yes, they have, which aligns with why you'll see him surface old material, while also, again, from what I've been told, quietly recalibrating what's the next step. Yeah, it's a good plan to keep releasing stuff, see how people react, fine-tune things. One other detail from the Insider said, while Christopher Nolan doesn't want to direct for Netflix, he might be open to a limited role if it's tied to Zack Snyder. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Think executive producer or advisor. More giving Snyder input than making a Nolan Netflix movie. I'm down. Let's get it, baby. Let's get it. So, I'm going to keep hope alive. I'm going to continue to hope that this happens. And to tell you the truth, I can't wait. I hope it happens. And I will be one of the first people there with my ticket in line, ready to go. Post comments down below. Let me know what you all think. If you enjoyed my commentary, thoughts, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. 10 million subscribers.